Rev your engines and fasten your seatbelts. It's time for Thunder Talk with Dan Bailey, keeping you up to date on everything going on this season at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Thunder Talk is powered by Arcadia Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Now, here's your host, Dan Bailey.
Hey, race fans, welcome to another edition of Thunder Talk on the WINONA Sports Network, 99.3 FM, and streaming live via WINONARadio.com. I'm Dan Bailey. We're getting ready for a great night of dirt track action at Mississippi Thunder Speedway this evening. It's the first of two events that will make up the Race and Dirt Thunder Summer Series, presented by Oak Ridge Fabrication and Riverland Trucking. Tonight, the 24th, and next Friday, July 1st, USRA Modified racers have a chance to battle for $2,000 to win. USRA B-Mod drivers have a chance to battle for $1,000 to win. As a matter of fact, on this week's edition of Thunder Talk, we are going to be talking with one of those B-Mod drivers. But before we get into that discussion, let me remind those of you who are tuning in via the Mississippi Thunder Speedway YouTube channel to like this video, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click that bell so that you are notified of all upcoming posts to the Mississippi Thunder Speedway YouTube channel. And please do feel more than welcome to offer some comments down below this video as well. Well, I kind of teased you a little bit. You know, we're going to be chatting with a B-Mod racer. This is not just some normal, regular B-Mod racer. This is a guy who gets to be introduced as a two-time national champion in the USRA B-Mod ranks. I'm honored to welcome to the program this week Brandon Hare, driver of the number 56H. Brandon, how you doing this week?
Pretty good. Just getting ready for a great night of racing.
You know, I was looking at some of your stats for the 2022 season, which has actually been a bit of a short season for some racers because of Mother Nature, but my goodness, you're having a great year already. 21 starts in the bag. 17 of those 21 have netted you top 10 feature finishes. You've got a couple of feature wins. Great 2022 for you thus far.
Yeah, it's going really good. It's going a lot better than years in the past. We got this new Skyrocket car late last year, and that's really turned our program around. That's really helped.
You know, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the feature win that you had at Mississippi Thunder Speedway, and we will. But before we get to that, since you brought it up, let's talk about your career. As I mentioned when I was introducing you, we get to introduce you as a two-time national champion. There are drivers who will spend their entire career and not get a feature win. There are drivers who will spend their entire career and not get a track championship. There are drivers who will spend their entire career and never even flirt with a national championship. When you look back on those two USRA national championships, what sort of memories bubble to the surface? What goes through your mind when you think about those championships?
Yeah, that was, it's been a few years, but 2010 and 2011 we won the national championship 2 years in a row there. 2010 we won 22 features, which was awesome. That was my first year in B-Mod, going up from hobby stock. So that was pretty awesome. And then next year we went for it again and ended up having 14 feature wins. And won the national points 2 years in a row there.
When you look back on those two championships, was it just that all the stars aligned? Because those are some awesome stats from those 2 years. I mean, all those wins. Do you remember anything special that you were doing those 2 years where everything worked out for you?
Yeah, I don't know. Our car was just a rocket ship in a couple of years there, and then just really worked out again.
After those championships, you enjoyed some more B-Mod racing. You kind of tested the waters with an A-Mod, and as you had mentioned, it does seem like a while ago maybe your results didn't quite reflect the speed that you had over the last few years, but things seem to be turning around now for you again.
Yeah, we tried A-Mod in 2012 after I won a couple national championships, but then blew up a couple engines and realized that we just couldn't afford to run A-Mod. We went back to B-Mod. Done a lot of used stuff over the years, and like I said, yeah, this last year we got this new car. I've never had a new car before. Really turned things around.
Of course, no racing last Friday at Mississippi Thunder Speedway, but the week before, you were able to celebrate in Victory Lane, and one of the first things you mentioned to me when you climbed out of the car was this was the first feature win for you at Mississippi Thunder Speedway since 2017. The smile on your face showed me that there was a boulder being brushed off your shoulders after taking that checkered flag.
Yeah, that was probably one of my most special wins that I've won. And I've always loved Fountain City, Mississippi Thunder, but I've always had a hard time winning there. I think I've only won like maybe 5 times since 2010. So when we finally got that win there, that was pretty awesome.
You did mention a new car for you coming into the program here. Give us some details about that ride.
You know, a lot of hard work and a lot of money, but saved my pennies, and we got the car bare chassis from Skyrocket there with all the sheet metal, and then slowly had to buy all the bolt-on parts for it, and finally got it finished last August. First night at Mississippi Thunder, we got second. It was a rocket ship right out of the box.
So are you feeling like it's the Skyrocket that is so much better than the gear that you had before?
I mean, the chassis, the Skyrocket, definitely good. You know, Kelly Shyrock, that really makes a difference. Yeah, just all the new equipment is big. Like I said, over the years, I've ran a lot of used cars and tried to run a little bit low budget. It just makes it tough to compete with some of these guys. You know, there's a lot of money in these race cars.
Talked about budget, you talked about money, and I know that sponsors are a very important part of this sport. I do want to give you an opportunity to tell us who's helping out Hare Nation for this 2022 season.
Yeah, our sponsors have really stepped it up the last couple of years. Denny's Construction, Brian Fleming, Pearson Trucking, Brewer Automotive, Skull Worldwide, Darren Schlatum Trucking, Prime Farms, Race Car Lighting Solutions, Elma Express, Buck-Built Racing Engines, Mouth Incorporated, Heinz Farms, Wagner Trucking, AZ Trucking, Rad Farms, Patashik Farms, Wilson Custom Tree, Bigley Cattle Company, Bedke Allwall, Wrightsville Lumber Company, Bluebird Tavern, Head Trucking, Peep State Express, Farms Auto Salvage, Skyrocket Chassis. Yeah, so we got quite a list of sponsors there. The car's full. Definitely helps us get up and down the road, especially with the price of everything right now. So I can't thank them enough.
I mentioned earlier that your 2022 stats are already shaping up to be pretty strong. I mean, you have come out of the chute as a fighter this year. Do you have any thoughts on how this second half of 2022 is going to go for you?
Yeah, this year's starting out great, really. I mean, we're fourth in the national points right now. Got 2 wins, with only one win last year, so we're ahead of that. And we got a lot of top 4s, so that's been great. Hopefully the rest of the year, hopefully we can keep it up. Hopefully we can knock off several more future wins. That'd be great.
You know, it's obvious by looking at your stats that one of your plans for 2022 is to get in as much racing as possible. You've already got 21 events in the books. What are your plans racing-wise for the rest of the season? Are you going to continue to visit the same tracks that you have been visiting, farm around, and look for some other special events? What are you thinking for the second half of 2022?
So we're really not going for track points anymore. I definitely want to keep trying to make it to Mississippi Thunder because, I don't know, the last 2 times I raced there, something really clicked. My car's really good. Even the week before I won was actually really fast. The results didn't show it, but it was just kind of tough to pass there and kind of held up. But I definitely want to try to keep Mississippi Thunder. And I'm going to go to Deer Creek quite a bit and race the 30 every Sunday. Just kind of jump around wherever. I mean, if one track rains out, I might go to Webster City, Iowa or something.
Are you the type of driver who feels that as you get this momentum going, it helps you mentally and emotionally every time you strap into the car? It just helps to remind you that you can go out there and win races, and you've got the equipment that you need this year to win races.
Yeah, there's definitely a mental side to it. And driver's got to be into it, and the car's got to be good, and got to keep your head up.
Well, Brandon, you showed the competition the past Friday night at Mississippi Thunder Speedway that you are back in a strong way, and you are a threat week in and week out for a trip to Victory Lane. We congratulate you on that feature win 2 weeks ago at Mississippi Thunder Speedway, and we wish you the best of luck for the remainder of 2022, not only at Mississippi Thunder Speedway, but at all the tracks you visit. Thank you very much for joining us and chatting a little bit on Thunder Talk this week.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It feels pretty good to actually be competing a little better. It only makes the guy want to keep racing.
Brandon Hare, driver of the 56H in the Black Horse Bar & Grill USRA B-Mod division. As I mentioned, he's the defending feature winner coming into this evening's action at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. And this evening's action is sure to put a smile on your face. A lot of fun scheduled for everybody, including the simple fact that it's the 4th MTS Free County Fans Night of the 2022 season. That means that if you are a resident of Pierce County, Wisconsin, Houston County, Minnesota, or Floyd County, Iowa, just present a valid ID as proof of residence in one of those counties, and you get into the grandstands absolutely free. Tonight is the first night of the Race and Dirt Thunder Summer Series. It's a 2-night series at MTS tonight and next Friday, July 1st. $2,000 to win for the USRA Modifieds, $1,000 to win for the USRA B-Mods, and a lot more money on the line as well. Hope to see you at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. You can get all the information about this event and future events at the official website, MississippiThunder.com.
That was Thunder Talk, keeping you up to date on everything going on at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Thunder Talk is powered by Arcadia Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
You ever notice that when you're on a fishing trip, you drive your boat all the way to the other side of the lake because you think that's where the best fishing is? And the people staying at the cabins on that side of the lake, well, they come and fish where your cabin is. You don't have to drive a long ways to catch the big fish. And at Arcadia Motors, you don't have to drive a long ways to get the best deal on a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram truck. The best deals are right in the bay next to your cabin. Take the short, scenic drive to Arcadia Motors. ArcadiaDodge.com.